What's going on, world? MrXsee here, returning with another live stream Q&A. What's going on, Anonymous Gang? Welcome aboard. Yep, you are definitely the first one to post up a comment today. So today we're going to be going ahead and doing the 54th season of the Prestige Cup. And this season's Prestige Cup is the Ford Mustang Shelby GT350R. I have it displayed right now. My car is currently set up with 42 of 42 upgrades and 87 out of 91 fusions on it. I'm missing 4 epic fusions for it. Never got around to putting them on. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on in, knock out these races. Alright, and also I'm going to complete the Supply Cup. I got 25 races of those to knock out because I'm going to do the Prestige Cup pretty quickly. So before I get started, to prevent the normal experience that we have, I'm going to go ahead and grab some extra fuel for us. Excuse me. So I'm going to grab enough fuel to knock out these 30 races. So that way we don't get any of the notifications from the gas people. Alright, so first race up will be against a Tier 3 Mustang GT Premium. And that's a nice little orange color that it has on there. I won't fire nitrous at all to complete this race, just because I don't have to. Okay, that makes sense. Alright, collect that $3,000. Let's go ahead and jump on into the next race. Alright, Chevy Camaro SS Tier 3. There we go. Alright, 10 gold coins. And in case anybody's out there wondering, we're going to get a little bit more RP than normal because I actually have the wild card currently running on my crew. So instead of the normal 242, I believe, 245 RP or 255 RP, we're going to be going ahead and getting 302. What's going on, Anonymous Gang? Everything going good for you? Take these uncommon fusions. Yeah, later on I will be running in probably about, I think it's 3 hours from now, I'll be running the Fate of the Furious, or the Too Fast, Too Furious, whatever it's called. I'll be running Suki's races. So I have that to look forward to later on for everybody. Just been swamped lately. We've had a wide variety of things going on, so I haven't had time to participate with doing live streams and interacting with people, as well as doing the Q&As. Hopefully the sound is still good for everybody. I haven't adjusted that much. Just had a little bit of a coughing spell myself, so I've been adjusting the mic for that. That way I'm not coughing in everybody's ear who's going to watch this live or the recording of it. Alright, and let's go back to the garage real quick. Okay. Excuse me. Alright, got fusion parts for the car. Yay! Alright, Z28 Camaro. How's the audio out there? Is everything sounding good for you guys? Alright, good. Glad to hear the audio sounding good for everybody. SLS AMG Black Series. I don't think I have to use a single nitros blast on any of these races, any 30 of them that's going to be there. Collect those tokens. Stingray Z06. More uncommon, yay. Hello, Dragon. How's it going today? Thank you for joining aboard. Apologize for keeping you waiting. I've been a little bit busy, haven't had a real opportunity to sit down and set up a stream, so I have not done it. I actually got a couple of videos uploaded. Last season's Milestone 1 delivery, as well as the delivery of Suki's S2000. So I got those recorded, I just put them together and actually uploaded them. So you guys can take a look at that. Now with my milestone delivery, and pretty much with any delivery video that I have now going forward, I plan on doing the upgrade of the vehicle in that video, and as well as putting any fusions on it. So I see a lot of times people ask in my global, I'm in 2 different globals, but I see them asking global, how do you add on fusions? I can't put this part onto this car, and questions like that. So I've been wanting to get around to doing a video on how to upgrade cars, which is pretty easy to do when you're dealing with tier 1, tier 2 cars. and how to put fusions on there. The problem is with my car collection, pretty much every car in my collection is already upgraded. I already have fusions on it, and I already have it upgraded. So I've been waiting. Next season's Prestige Cup car, season 55, it should be the Bentley Continental GT3R, which I do not have in my collection. So I plan on recording the upgrade of that car and adding the fusions, so that way I can show people what the fusions look like as well as the upgrade, and I can actually make a video out of it. So stay tuned for that. Which car you think looks good there, Dragon? Are you talking about my Shadow Black Mustang GT350R, or are you talking about the car I'm racing against? Oh, actually, I can go faster than that. I haven't hit nitro in any of these races. This car gets into the 12 seconds pretty easy. Nah, if you play the game long enough, you'll have a pretty huge car collection. I took a look the other day, and I'm actually missing a total of 7 cars out of the garage collection of buy cars in my actual garage. So I have every car from tier 1 through 4 except for one car. The one car that I do not have is a tier 4 car, ultra rare, and it is that Ferrari F40. Other than that, I don't have, I have every other car from tier 1 to tier 4. And when you look at tier 5, I was only mixing 6 cars in my collection. So next season, I'll collect one of those cars, so it'll be 5 cars that I'm missing. And just keep playing the game. I encourage everybody, if you like the game, play. Collect all your free stuff as a bare minimum. Every 4 hours you're eligible for a daily battle, and every 4 hours you're eligible for a free bronze crate from Donna's House of Madness. So you can get things in there. And actually I got a video that I'm going to post. I forgot to do that one. I got a 3-star car from the bronze crate. Ooh. So I was pretty shocked when that popped up, because it's been a while since I got a 3-star from the crate. So I'm going to go ahead and share that video out for you guys. So the F40 is a nice car. It was the fastest car for the longest. Currently it's the 2nd fastest car in tier 4. It's a nice car. It's a free car if you can actually pull it. It's just one of those ultra rares that is very difficult to get, and I have not been able to receive it. Several people I know that actually do have it, online gaming community, they all said that they picked it up out of the gold crate when it was available on the 10 times drop a while ago. But I have not been fortunate enough to pull it at any random opportunity. Trying to think, where did I write down the cars that I was actually missing at? Ah, there it is, right there in the background. Alright, after this Z06, I'll go ahead and run that and read through the list of what I don't have. Alright, next up. So from tier 5, I'm missing the Bentley Continental GT3R. I'm missing the Spana GTA Spano. I'm missing the Lamborghini Liberty Walk Hurricane Coupe, the Ferrari LaFerrari, the McLaren P1, the Koenigsegg Regera CSR Edition, and the Ford Dirty 30. Now with the Spana GTA Spano, I have one of those in my inventory, and I got that from Larry's. But pretty much all the other cars, I have a copy of those in there. So the Spana GTA Spano, technically I do have, I just haven't pulled it from a crate. But other than that, everything else I do have. fired my nitrous that time. That was a mistake. Well, let's see, from 13 seconds to 12.3. So the nitro in either second or third, I'm not for sure, one of those two, it shaves a whole second off of my run time. Now, as you can see, whenever you run the Prestige Cup races, if your car is actually fully upgraded, meaning 42 or 42 upgrades, and you have a significant amount of fusions on it, I would say anywhere from 80% on up, your car should be able to run a Prestige Cup with no problems. You shouldn't even have to use nitrous on any of the races at all. I don't recommend doing that for the Prestige Cup cars unless you already have it upgraded in your inventory. So like next season with the Continental GT3R, I don't have it in my inventory. I do have a good amount of supplies in there, so I will be upgrading it. Not for sure how many stage 6s I have. I'm not for sure how many epic fusions I have. I know that the Continental GT Speed took a lot of my fusion parts. Well, the Ford GT I have in my inventory, that's actually what I'm going to use once I get done with the Prestige Cup to run the Supply Cup, because there's a point difference between the Tier 5 and the Tier 4 car on getting the points per race. Now, with the Ford GT being a 4-star car, you're going to get 218 RP off of it. Tier 5, 4-star. If it was a Tier 4, 5-star, normally you would get more RP with a 5-star versus a 4-star, but the point differential between being a Tier 4 and Tier 5 makes it not worth it. So, maxing any car out is a personal choice. I upgrade all my cars. That's the norm for me. But I always tell people, you gotta look and see what's gonna be best. Can you actually get that car into a lobby tuned that you can actually win your races on? And that's what the ultimate goal is, to be able to get into a lobby that you can win and be able to make points for your crew. So every car in your garage can go into live races and win. It's a matter of getting with the right upgrades, the right fusion, and the right tune to get you in a lobby that's going to work best for you. No, it doesn't change the RP per se with permanent freshness. What permanent freshness does is it gives you additional points on there, but it's the star values that's the difference that causes the point differentiation. So with a car that's going to be Tier 4, Tier 5, that car is going to be 4-star or 5-star if it has permanent freshness, and it's going to be 3-star if you don't have permanent freshness. Now the difference between that, if you look at your 3-star car, you're going to get 9 percentage points additional for RP for that car, with it being a 3-star car. So if you get a 4-star car, it's going to be 12, and if it's a 5-star car, it's going to be additional 15 percentage points. Now I'm going to jump back to the garage and show you the difference between that. So when you tap up here in the top right, it doesn't let me do that. Up at the top where it says 75%, it should show you the percentages of what the car value is worth. And mine is not allowing me to do that. Let's see. Maybe if I change cars, where's the GT at? There it is. Maybe if I change cars. Nope. Alright, stand by. Let me close out of the game and open it back up. Alrighty. Loading it back up. Okay. So as you look up here at the top, once you tap on it, now it works. It shows you a rare car. This is a 4-star car, so you get 12 percentage points with that. but it's a tier 4. And when I race in this car here, this now has 15 percentage points. So each star gets you an additional 3%. Now, if you get purple stars on your car, that gets you an additional 3% on top of it. So the maximum rarity points you can get for it for a rare car is going to be 18%. And that's going to be on a tier 5 car that has 5 purple stars. Yep. Well, tier 5 and tier 4 can be 5-star cars. And they also could be purple star. So all of our cars are all the same. So if you have a Ford GT, I have a Ford GT, they're going to be identical cars as far as the stats and the information will be. The only difference between our cars would potentially be the setup that we have with our calipers, with our interior, with our paint, and with our livery. And when they have permanent freshness, we can't change that at all. If they have customizable, if you're dealing with a tier 1 or a tier 2 car, that's going to be a 1-star or a no star. If you're dealing with a tier 3 car, that's going to be a 2-star or a no star car. If you're dealing with a tier 4 or a tier 5, that's going to be 3-star or a no star car. Those cars have customizable freshness with them, and you can always change them up. Nice. Now, I don't use my Aston Martin Vanquish that much. I'm typically in my Hyra BC tier 5 car going to live races with that all the time. And I mostly swap with people since that's the big thing. But a lot of people don't actually swap. You know, they'll win the race and then they'll leave the lobby, or they'll lose the race and then they'll leave the lobby. So I swap with people who want to swap, but I race people to win for people who want to race to win. I'm not for sure how many miles I actually have on my Aston Martin Vanquish. But what I'll do is, my first Supply Cup race, I'll do it with this tier 4 car, and then I'll jump into the tier 5 car, and then we can compare the 2 RP point differences between them. Alright, nice to finally get some rare parts. Hey, what's going on, OMG Fast Forward? How's it going today? Welcome aboard. Knocking out these Prestige Cup races pretty quickly. Once I get done with these, I'm going to go knock out the Supply Cup races as well pretty quickly. I got another live stream in a little bit that I will be doing for the Veilside S2000 car. Yeah, but this is a custom street racing game. Adding a car for looks is not necessarily the best thing to do when you're trying to race in it. But yeah, the Chiron, I watched the special on YouTube. That Liberty Walk looks kind of nice in that reddish color. I watched the special on the Chiron from a couple years ago. I think it was 2016 or 2017. They was rushing to get it to production and fighting to get it over the 400 kilometer or 450 kilometers per hour. A lot of science went into making that car work, all the way down to the custom tires that thing has on it. I was just like flabbergasted at the amount of work that they actually put into making that work. You wouldn't think that tires would be a huge differentiation in the performance of a vehicle, but yes, tires, trying to get over 450 kilometers, which in America I think is close to 280 or 290 miles per hour. Tires are very important. And also I learned something new. They have tire dynos and they have brake dynos, just for the brakes and just for the tires. I was used to the dynos where you put the cars up on there and run them to see how quickly they can go. But yeah, they got tire dynos and brake dynos. Interesting tidbit of information to learn. Oh, I was the same way. I didn't have a lot of money in game until I started playing more seriously and started racing more consistently. If you were to participate in Tier 5 live races and you dedicated yourself, when I say dedicated, it's not real dedication, it's just consistency. But if you race anywhere from 50 to 75 races, you can very easily make 500,000 to 600,000 cash per day. You know, people who cap out every day with 300,000 RP, it's very easily for them to be able to get over, I think it's 2 million or 3 million a day. So in-game money is easy to come across if you put forth the extra energy and the extra effort to do it. Like for me, for example, I had this car already upgraded, so I didn't have to spend any money. But the S2000 came out as a Tier 5 car, which I was a little disappointed that they made it a Tier 5 car. So it cost me a pretty penny to upgrade. If you take a look at the video that I posted, you can see the cost and how my money dropped down. I believe I dropped below 15 million. And now I'm back up to 18.6 million. So, did some racing, did some swapping, you know, did my part in making sure I supported my team, but also collected that cash. No bets. I'm not a big believer in bets. Everybody that likes to bet, more power to you. That's not me. It is good for quick money, but it's also good to lose money. I take my 13,000 per race instead of trying to earn 200,000 on top of it. Oh no, did I lose my first race without nitro? Yep, lost my first race without nitro. Have a good one, Dragon Slayer. Glad you was able to come by and take a look and hang out. And yeah, lost my first race. Fun. Let's not lose that race again. We'll fire the nitro, get into that 12-second range. Now, I don't think the car is going to pass me up this time. And look at that. 30 for 30. I lost one race because I didn't fire nitro. Collected 180,000 RP. Woohoo! Alrighty. Now let's take a quick peek at my crew, see where we're currently standing at. We're at 20,506,000. Now, if you look at me over here, this is one of the little bugs in the game. I got 1,315,000 RP in the crew. Now, once I click the crew stats button, it's going to refresh, and I no longer have that 1,315,000. I now have 1,543,000. And I went from from third place to second place. Not for sure why they had that little bug in there, but you know, anybody that has that happen, it's one quick way of checking it out. Let's go ahead and fuel up. We're gonna knock out 30 fuel pips because we have 25 races to complete. Now the first race we're gonna do here in the supply cup, we're gonna do it in a tier 4 5-star car, and we're gonna see what RP we get. Now, granted, I do have a wild card going right now, so we're going to have to look at the points minus the wild card to be able to tell the difference between the two. Normally, a 5-star car will get more RP than a 4-star car, but tier 4 versus tier 3 makes the difference there. Now, in this particular race, it's going to be against the Vorsteiner R8 VRS. Once I complete this race, we're going to add up minus the wild card points. That's going to be the key. Alright, and here we go, 210. So a 5-star tier 4 car gets you 210 RP. Let's find that GT. There we go. So 210 versus 216, I believe. And the point is 218, not 2. So 210 versus 218. That 8 RP difference is not a whole lot, but when you're dealing with a number of races, in this case 25, that 8 RP actually adds up to being 60 plus 40, 200 RP. So that's actually one whole race in one of your tier 5 cars. A difference between just doing races that you're going to already do. Alright, so as you may have noticed, and if you haven't noticed, I'm going to point it out to you. Whenever you have a maxed out car or a car that's close to maxed out, in these type of races, you're going to always race against a LaFerrari. And the LaFerrari is always going to be 749 on the PP value. So all these races, all season, and whenever I race these tier 5 cars, Prize Cup as well. I believe the Prize Cup does that. But all these different races, they always show up with a LaFerrari with 749 PP. It's always Marcus. Marcus thinks he's fast in that LaFerrari. I'm going to beat him every single time. Even without nitro. And just to show him how slick I am, do a couple extra shifting and give me a couple extra dollars. No nitro and shifting, and I still collect a couple extra bucks. Ha ha, Marcus. Alright. Collect these 2 rare fusion parts. And soon I'm going to collect my 2 epic fusion parts. But before I collect my 2 epic fusion parts, I'm going to collect my 12,000 crew RP. So everybody else doing well? For any of the people that are in school, high school, junior high school, middle school, elementary school, middle school, college, you guys completed your spring break already, or have your spring break just started? Yay, ranking up is awesome. Be nice if they gave us different cars to be able to race up against in those races. Get tired of always seeing the Ferrari LaFerrari. Or, if you learn about the name, it's just called LaFerrari. One day I might have one of those in game. So far, no luck on getting one. The 2 most iconic Ferrari cars in the game have eluded my possession. The Ferrari F40 in Tier 4 and the LaFerrari in Tier 5. Just humming along. One thing I will give Natural Emotion a lot of props for, they actually fixed the graphics on the game. The last update, whether it's the 17.2 I think it was, or the 18.0, one of those 2 versions, it degraded the graphics quality. And it seemed like they upgraded the graphics quality on the lower end devices and downgraded the graphics quality on the higher end devices. But they fixed that. The game runs silky smooth, the graphics don't look all choppy and messed up or anything like that. It's silky smooth again. Good gaming experience. Alright, time to collect my 12,000 crew RP. And just like that, 10 more races to go. And I'm going to collect my 2 epic fusions. And once that's done, I will be ending the live stream. So probably about another 10 minutes or less. Alrighty. Next race up. More live Ferraris. Race number 20 up. Oh, actually, I do have some races that I gotta complete. I still haven't done. And that is the Crew Cup, the last Crew Cup of the season. I have not completed that. I hadn't even did a race in it. So I guess I'll go ahead and knock those races out and collect my RP that I'm gonna be missing. That way I'm not missing nothing. I would have wrapped up this season with you guys, as usual. I do got one more stream to do. Now my races are officially going hard, but the same car with the same specs. Just hilarious. All right, onward to race number 23. And onward to race number 24. And last race up, number 25. I wonder what epics am I going to get? Am I going to get epics that I don't have? Or am I going to get epics that I do? Alright. Let's see here. Epics, epics, epics. Alrighty, first one up. Engine. Next one up. Tire. Neither one of them I need it. I already have those. Yay! Alright, supply cup is complete. Now let's go ahead and do our crew cup. So as you can see, my crew has already completed the races for that, so I just need to change the car, jump on into it, and go race. 3 super easy races to do here. Tier 3 car. Let's see, is it going to all be Tier 3? Prolong the race a little bit. Give me about $20 more. Because cash rules everything in the game. Look at that, 16.253. Real slow race. 259. Now, for anybody who has not watched any of my videos, since everybody's completed the races on there, I actually don't have to race anymore. I'm good with just one race. I could have even lost that race, and I can still claim all my prizes. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now, if you ever notice up there in the top right corner, your crew RP shows up instead of your personal RP, the easiest way to get that back is to wait on this screen until your crew RP shows, until your personal RP shows back up instead of your crew RP. So just like that, you just wait and boom. Now, a lot of times that happens when you go into the races and you just collect the things and next race, and go back to the garage and things like that, it'll get stuck. If you stay on that screen where you can see it at, and it'll rotate back to your personal RP, then it'll stay there. Tier 4 car this time. Guess they didn't want it to be that easy for me, all of them. And just like that, race number 2 is complete. So I'm going to be wrapping this stream up once I get done with this race. I'd like to thank everybody for coming through and participating. Glad that you guys was able to come interact and hang out, the people that did, and check out the Prestige Cup race with me. I didn't have that many questions this time, but you know, as always, it's still fun to be able to interact with people and play the game at the same time and share information with each other. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and do my sign off now. And I'm just going to go ahead and finish wrapping this up, and you'll get to do see a couple little things. But as always, this is MrXsee. I'd like to thank everybody for coming through. Appreciate your time and opportunity to work with you. But remember, keep your tires on the asphalt. Until we talk, peace.